Okay, guys, I'm going to get started. Again, I appreciate you coming on today, and I thought it would be best to kind of start the new year off with really a webinar that helps you guys get focused on what you need to do to be successful. This webinar isn't going to be so much a how-to webinar where I actually physically walk you through setup, but it's going to be more of kind of a refocus. And I think we're at the point now with social media where a lot of agencies have got their legs and they know what they're doing and they're successful, and it's because they understand the little things they have to do and they understand how it works. And then I think there's a lot of agencies out there that feel like social media doesn't work, or they're just they've kind of dappered in it a little, but they just don't really understand what actually is happening and what the difference is between success and failure. And I think for anyone who has a goal and wants to achieve that goal, they have to know if what they're doing is working. And I guess my point is today I'm going to try to explain to you the fundamentals, the basics. One thing I can guarantee you with pretty much my life, social media is not going away. It's probably 5 times more powerful than it was in 2010. And I guarantee you in 2016, it'll be another 5 times more powerful. So there's no escape. It's not like we can say, oh, well, I gave it a good try. I'm just going to ignore it. I think, in my opinion, that could be a catastrophic decision on your end. What social media is really becoming is it's becoming a new communication tool. It's very much like email was 10 years ago, and it's evolving quickly. I think what you're going to see over the next 2 or 3 years is you're going to see a lot of phone applications built into it. That's really what Facebook is looking to do. And when I mean phone applications, I mean you may be able to sit on your computer, click on your friend, do a virtual video phone conversation with them, transfer that virtual conversation right to your phone, and be walking around talking to people. To me, it's going to be kind of the modern-day sales version right there. And I just think it would be foolish to ignore that. Obviously, we're all in sales. The concept and foundation of sales is talking to people. And really, that's what social media is. So just an overview. Right now, in 2013, we have 210 million of our 310 million Americans using Facebook. So it's probably about 66%. But really, the number is even bigger than that because that probably doesn't count people under the age of 12. So we're probably looking at about 70% of the country uses Facebook. We got 140 million on LinkedIn. We got 120 million on Twitter. And as I mentioned, if you're struggling to understand how this stuff works, you have to think of it just like email. It's really the same concept as email marketing. Really, social media, the whole point of it is it's a way to get people's attention. It's a way to let people know we can be a solution for their needs. And, I think the one thing that I always hold steady on is social media doesn't change the way you guys do business. It absolutely doesn't. And I think that's what I kind of hear from most agencies. They're scared. Well, I don't want to change the way I sell. I don't want to change the products I sell. Make no mistake, you don't have to. All social media is it's another way to get your brand, to get your agency in front of people. And it's free. And, as I talk to everybody, I always say, look, it is your job to talk to people, whether you like it or not. I'm sure there's many of you that think back to the old days, and, the old days is probably an open-ended question, but maybe back to the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. Probably did a tremendous amount of cold calling back then. And did you like it? No, but it was a way to get in front of people. It was a way that people were going to listen to you. So let's kind of pick up some momentum here and try to give you guys a good overview of what you have to do. I think the reality is people are addicted to social media. The consumer, they're addicted to it. There are people out there that literally are on this thing maybe all day, pretty much their whole conscious day. And I'm not saying that you have to be one of those people. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is as an entrepreneur, you have to recognize that a huge percentage of people are really paying attention to this device. And as a salesman, it's an opportunity. It's a way to get our brand in front of them. And, with insurance, it's pretty obvious. I don't care what products you guys sell. none of them are impulsive purchases. Nobody ever says, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to buy some life insurance today. I think, you know, I saw a good commercial on it. Very rarely happens. We all know that a life event always occurs that forces somebody to buy a policy. I would probably think that 90% of the people out there don't want to buy insurance, even when they buy it. But something happens to them that kind of wakes them up and stirs them, and they say, uh-oh, yeah, I got to get this. There's too much risk. And I guess my point is specifically Facebook is really this collection of people talking about their lives, their life events. So-and-so's getting married. So-and-so's having a baby. So-and-so's getting a new house. To me, this is a huge opportunity for you and as agencies to be in front of these target markets and to obviously let them know that you can be a solution. So, you know, that's where we're going. And I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy. I'm going to talk a little bit about not soliciting people. But I think my whole point is that, you know, as agencies, we're always trying to get in front of people. We do mailers. You know, we go to, you know, Chamber of Commerce meetings. We call people up. We do all that stuff because we just want to get people, we want to get in front of potential clients. And that's the thing with social media. They're out there. But the challenge is growing our social media presence, and that's what I'm going to kind of focus on right now. So, you know, as I tell everybody, I personally have never liked social media. Absolutely creeps me out beyond belief. On the flip side, I'm probably on it 6 hours a day. And what I like to tell people is Ken likes making money more than he hates social media. And, you know, for anyone that's kind of on the fence or, you know, has personal gripes about it, I think you have to look at it like an entrepreneur. It's an opportunity. It's a way to grow your business. You have to put your personal feelings aside and do what you have to do for your company. So for me personally, I've built my company on social media. It's how I've gotten in front of literally thousands of potential clients. And my phone pretty much rings on a daily basis where people will say, hey, Ken, I've been following you on social media for years, and I finally got to the point where I need your services. Or I constantly get people who will say, a friend of mine follows you on social media. I saw your post via them. I'm interested in what you do. So I guess my point is that is exactly what can happen to you. There's no reason you can't duplicate the model I've put in place. Now, keep in mind, I've been using social media for about 7 years. Social media has been in place for 10 years. So to think that you can kind of become an expert in a week is probably pretty silly. But I guess my point is that there's going to come a time where you have to start somewhere, and it's about creating a consistent model. So one of my concepts right now is that social media truly is perfect for insurance. You know, and there is a huge difference between email marketing and social media marketing. So let's talk basics for a second. What are the important things about email marketing? Well, you need to get email addresses, right? You know, let's say that every quarter you want to send out an email telling people about your services in your agency. Well, for that to be successful, you obviously need a tremendous amount of email addresses. That's your distribution. Then you need, you know, some sort of content that's going to be well written and it's going to convert people, right? So with email marketing, there's kind of two sides. You need the email addresses and you need the content. Well, with social media, it's exactly the same concept. You need people who are connected to you. And this is probably the thing that destroys 90% of the people who fail with social media. They lack the connections. So here's an example of an agency in Indiana. They're a full-service agency, and I just want to kind of quickly show you their page. So if we look at their page here real quick, you can see on Facebook they have 947 likes. So that's their distribution on Facebook. And what that means is every time that they post something, and I'm kind of showing you one of their most recent posts, every time they post something, it goes out to those 940, whatever it was, 946 people. That's their distribution. So let's go back to the email marketing kind of concept. Imagine you had 946, imagine if you had 946 email addresses. You send something out, it went out to those 946. But here's the big difference with social media, and this is a huge, huge difference. There is what's called the viral aspect to social media. And what that means is when people interact with your post, and we're looking right now at their post here. Let me just analyze it. I guess every year these guys, long story short, they have a referral contest. If they get referrals from their clients, they put those people into a drawing at the end of the year and give away a big prize. So I guess they're doing some sort of flat screen TV. So here they are kind of promoting it. And you'll see at the bottom here of the post that there is a tremendous amount of interaction. They actually had 1, 2, plus 10. So 12 people liked the post. That means at the bottom of the post, they clicked the like button. They had 4 comments, right? And they had 1 share. You can kind of see it here. So what that means is this, guys. When you post on social media and somebody clicks the like button, that means that post goes to that person's connections, and you actually increase your distribution. So if I click on this Eddie McElwain, see if it opens up. If I click on this Eddie McElwain, I can see Eddie has 300 friends, okay? So what that means is that this post went to the 946, plus it went to Eddie's 300 friends. And if I went through all the people that liked it, all the people that commented it, and all the people that shared it, that would be the sum distribution of that post. So I bet you that post went to 4,000 or 5,000 people for free in a matter of seconds. So I guess here's my point. Doesn't that make a lot of sense from an insurance agency perspective to try to tap in to your clients' friends? Aren't those the people that become your clients anyway? Or, excuse me, aren't those the people that are potential referrals? So I guess here's my point, and here's where a lot of people go wrong. People go wrong with social media because they're more worried about soliciting and doing the posting than they are building the distribution. You don't need to have 1,000 people connected to you. You need to have 50 or 100. Then you have to have a posting strategy that gets those people to interact with you so that you can turn 100 into 1,000 every day, if that makes sense. So the next question always is okay, well, where do we start and how do we kind of get to that level? I think where you need to start is you need to start with your current clients. So really, step one, I don't know what happened to step 1, but step 2 is to have the Facebook business page set up, have a Twitter page set up, and have a LinkedIn page set up. And most of you have already set you up with that stuff, so you already have that in place. But really, the next step is to be putting that content on your Facebook page. So, and I'm probably going fast here, and guys, I only have 15 minutes this week, and this is why I do it weekly, but I think the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they get set up with social media, and then the first thing they do is they go brag about it. Hey, I have a LinkedIn page. I have a Facebook page. Go like it. Go like it. That is a big mistake. The first step should not be promoting the page. The first step should be posting on the page for maybe a week or 2, okay? Because here's what I'm getting at. When you tell people about your Facebook and social media presence, the people are going to come take a look at it, and they're going to say, hey, is this valuable to me? Do I want to join these presences? Because make no mistake, guys, we are in year 10 of Facebook. Even though you just started using it 3 months ago, you're missing the fact that the other people that use it are experts. And they're not so quick to just join your Facebook page anymore. You have to give them a reason. You have to give them value. So my point is step 1 is to go to your social media presence and make it active. It should take you no more than 2 minutes a day to be posting one thing. What do you post about? Again, I'll probably do a webinar on this in a few weeks, but it should be well balanced. You should promote your agency. You should project yourself to be an expert, and you should talk about things that are relevant to your area and things that are on people's minds. That's what you should be posting about. Post for about 2 weeks. Then you want to go out to all of your current clients, and you want to tell them, hey, look, we have reinvigorated our social media presence. We think it's a true free value-added service for you to connect to us on it. Please go there and do X, Y, and Z to be connected. And, you know, I do have a few people on here that are from New Jersey, and you guys know that when your offices didn't have power for 2 weeks due to the hurricane, what did you use to tell your clients and to keep them informed? You know, I actually had one agency, unfortunately, and to this day they still are kind of struggling a little bit. Their office was wiped off the map, okay? The office building's gone. So they didn't have phones, they didn't have any of that. But what they did have is they did have their, you know, their iPhone 5s, and they were using the internet on those, using using Facebook and using social media to actually communicate to all their clients who also didn't have power, how to file claims and how to do all that stuff. And you know, at the end of the day, they got a lot of referrals from that. They grew quite exponentially because of their ability to use social media to communicate to people. So without me rambling on here, because I feel like that's what's going on, I think my point today is that the first thing you should focus on is how do we get our current clients connected to us on social media? If we can do that, if we can get 30 or 40% of them connected to us, we are then going to be able to tap in to the people they know and actually have an aggressive way to generate referrals. So that's what I want everyone to leave with today. We need to go out to our current clients. We need to get them connected to us on social media. And I think where a lot of guys go wrong is they say, I got to get people I don't know connected to me on social media. No, that's not true. It's better to get people who do know you, and that way you're going to get some self-promotion from current clients, and you're going to be able to take advantage of the people they're connected to. So guys, you know, keep with me here for the next few weeks. We're going to try to go into detail about each thing. Today was more of a general overview, and I'm confident that if you're committed to, you know, putting in 5 to 10 minutes a day, that you can, you know, get with it and get back to where you need to be with social media. So I appreciate your time, and I'm going to put this on YouTube in a second, and I look forward to talking to everyone next week. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.